I'm not convinced that the information is there for the city of Virginia Beach to make a good decision. You know, whether or not that's a criticism of HRT or the state or Virginia Beach, it really doesn't matter. The information isn't there. Somebody's got to take responsibility. And therefore, I've asked DRPT to do a third-party review of the costs that have been provided by HRT, to have independent analysis of those costs, and then put them in that simple format that compares where we were. And I know it's several years ago, so you expect the cost to be higher. But these are the costs we incurred. What are the costs you're expecting? Compare them so that we can say, well, no, that wasn't part of the deal. Or why is that cost high? So just like you would in your own business or your own life, make a decision of what is it really going to cost us. We really won't know, Matt, though, until we actually get to a procurement or we actually go out and ask the third parties. Mm-hmm. But the only evidence we have is it's a lot less than these estimates.
Yeah, right now, it's the rail. They realize that the railway has been decided. I'm just trying to get through the minutia of everything. The rail, as has been decided, is going to be a private-public partnership with HRT. There's not a chance for a third company to come in. Or another
no. I don't know what Virginia Beach will do. They're in the procurement. Okay. I think that it probably would be HRT would operate it. Okay. But I suspect it would be another party, another private party, and the procurement would be controlled by the city of Virginia Beach that would actually build it. Okay. I don't think anybody envisions that HRT would be the people building this. They would be subsequently the people that would operate it, but I would think a private party would be the ones building the rail based on a procurement.
But are they the ones in charge of getting an estimate?
No. Right. What typically happens is the local agency that runs it, HRT in this case, would get an estimate based on 30% design specs, and that would be then. City of Virginia Beach has said they want to control the procurement. That would be then turned over to the City of Virginia Beach, and they would use that as the basis for soliciting bids to build it. But because of some of the, I'll say, confusion or some of the misunderstanding, however you want to categorize it, I've asked the Department of Rail and Public Transit to get in there sooner than they normally would. Mm-hmm. Get control of what these estimates are, give me an independent review so that we can then make our same recommendation to the city of Virginia Beach. And so I believe the estimates are high, and quite frankly, what I've seen based on what these cost in this realm of $100 million a mile, the state will not be supportive at that level. I mean, I think that is an estimate that is grossly overstated. But we're going to find that out, and so we can give the city of Virginia Beach. Then it'll be up to them how they want to proceed. I know there's been talk that they've got to vote again to move the procurement forward. I've heard talk of a referendum. I would only say we would ask them to move it expeditiously as they can. There's been one referendum. These monies the $155 million is committed to this, but we have plenty of uses around the Commonwealth. I mean, so all the state would ask is they move on this as expeditiously as they can. But we understand they need to have good information, so I've asked DRPT to get involved and sort of cut through this maze and say, here are what the state believes are good numbers for you to make a decision.
And these estimates are coming from HRT.
They are HRT, but I'm going to have an independent review of them.
Okay.
In that, so.
Now, then, kind of going forward, in September you sent out this letter. You said we're going to have an independent review coming from a third party. We suggest you do the same.
Yes.
What have you gotten back from HRT since then?
I've got a letter back from Director Harrell, but it didn't address specifically what I asked for. It gave me another estimate. It told me about the federal process and the process they went through. He also reiterated that they wanted to work with the Commonwealth. But so I politely wrote him back and said, thank you for all that, but I would like to see this analysis of what we paid in Norfolk and what you believe we have to pay out here. And that's what I'm waiting on to hear. I've asked DRPT to get in and help them with that so that we can make an informed decision. If we think the costs are unrealistic, either low or high, I think right now I hope they're high, then we're going to make recommendations to say we don't agree it's going to cost this much.